Hello, it's Jay here again, and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're coming back to the spawns blocks script, and what we want is, if I downsize this and hit play, what we want is the next block showing in the GUI. The next blocks actually, as it is the current one. So let's change this around a little bit. So next block, we'll rename to current block ID, and I'll just change that to comment. And what I'm going to do is obviously changed it throughout the script. So I'm just going to change the comment where applicable, just to tidy everything up. And we just have these three at the bottom. So let's quickly do these. So we're going to change it. At the moment it picks a block and then spawns it. What we're going to do is have it so it picks a block and then that becomes the next block, and then we spawn another next block which becomes the current. I know it sounds complicated, but it's actually very simple, and you'll see how the code works in a moment. It's not that difficult to understand. We'll come to the top here. So current string, public string, sorry, not current string, public string. And now we'll create the next block. And we're going to use ID. And I'll quickly put this into the comments. So now we've created that, let's come to the void start. And of course we're going to set that to be an empty string on startup. And back into the comments as well. So set next block ID to equal an empty string on startup. And straight away we're going to say if it does equal an empty string, so i.e. it equals null, so let's put that into the comments. What we're going to do is next block ID is going to equal, in fact we can actually copy code, we've got that in here. So we'll come to chosen block and we're going to copy this line. And all we're going to do is just change that out to next block. And remembering to do the comments as well. So basically we have two empty strings for the current and next. We make sure they're empty and clear to begin with. Then the next block, we choose a block because it will equal null because of this line here. And let's come down to choose next block. And we're going to change this. So we're going to say if in brackets next block ID does not equal null, which it shouldn't. What we're going to do is make the current block equal the next block ID. Close that off. Let's get that into the comments. We'll say set the current block ID to equal the next block. So we have the next block. We set it to equal the current block. Then I'll just actually move this line. We're going to cut and paste that in between these two. So the next block becomes the current. And then this line, we'll choose the next block. So as soon as we set this to the next block to the current, we spawn it and automatically choose the next block. And what we need to do is we need to say player GUI. So we're referencing the script, the player GUI script. In fact, let's open up that script. And I'm just going to create a public void. Let's give this a name of set next block, and yeah, we'll put GUI as well. Let's open and close. Open and close again. I'll just put the debug log in. So this is going to handle the GUI for the next block, this function. But we need to call it, so we say from the, so we'll call it from the spawn blocks. The first thing we need to do is say play GUI, the script. We need to assign a name. Play GUI, let's say temp, player temp GUI. And that's going to equal the game object with a capital G dot find game object with tag singular, not plural. Please remember that. Open and close brackets. Inside the brackets, quote marks. And we're going to say main camera. So what we're doing is if I come to the main camera, as you can see, it automatically has that for a tag. So what we're doing is creating a temp name saying it's equal to first find the camera, And we're going to use dot get component. So once you've found the camera, we get the component attached, open and close brackets, this time the little arrow brackets. Inside there we say get the player GUI script, come to the end of the line, open and close brackets, close the line off. So this temp variable now equals the component, which is the player GUI script. So let's break this up for commenting. Set player temp GUI to equal from the main camera yeah, let's come to the next line and we'll say, so we say set player temp GUI to equal from the main camera script the player GUI script, and you can change that to attached if you want, attached to the main camera the player GUI script. Obviously the comments should be yours. This should be what you understand. So you can word them any way you like, and then we're going to say that we're going to call this variable, which now equals the player GUI script, and then we can say dot, and we can call that new void we've created, set next block GUI, open and close brackets, close the line off, into the comments. So I'll just say we'll call this function and you can put from the player GUI script if you wish. And let's save that off. Let's downsize the script. So here we have the spawn block script attached to the main camera. So keep an eye on current block and next block. Let's hit play. So it's saying the current block is T-shaped, which it is. So that is correct. The next block says J-shaped, so let's have a look. And it is the J-shaped, and the one that follows should be Z now for the next block, which it is here. And the next block's now I-shaped, which it is. So let's stop that there. So you can see this working in the inspector. Let's come back to this script. Now I'm going to come up here, and what I'm going to do is, now we've seen this working, the underscore next block ID variable right at the top here, I'm going to change that to be static. And we'll just save that off, and that's because we'll need to reference this variable within the player GUI script within this function, and that will be the very next lesson. So we'll leave it there for now. As always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time, and until then, as always, bye for now.